Hey, what is up, and welcome to this arena cutoff video for Marvel Contest of Champions. Today I'm going to continue with round one recap for the Vulture and Captain America World War II and roll right into a round two prediction for the same arenas. So let's start off first with the round one results. The big surprise, well, not even big surprise, I'd say the mild surprise here is there wasn't a lot of Vulture love, if you will, for the four-star feature arena. As you can see, he came in right around 10.9. It was 11 million. That's in a similar kind of area as Punisher 2099. So kind of the low love or no love for a new champion, the four-star feature, especially these days, given all the more souped-up rosters than we had way back when these arenas first popped up. And so this is nowhere close to like the Carnage or the Spider-Man Stark Enhanced, where we saw much higher numbers. But Captain America came in right where we thought at 2.7 million for the top 10% and 1.5 million for the 11 to 25% tier. The three-star feature, Fulcher did a little bit better here in terms of a higher cutoff and kind of more like typical new champs, where he came in at 1.26 million and 613,000 for the 11 to 25% tier. How did we do from a round one prediction standpoint? Over predicted, really. I thought Vulture would perform a little bit higher. The arena cutoff would be higher. Didn't expect him to fall all the way down to 10.9. And then even from a top 10%, I thought he'd be to the closer downside versus that 4.2 man. So this one was not a good prediction. So when we look at the last two arenas, though, especially starting with the four-star basic, I thought he would perform similar to a mid-tier interest champion that still has utility in the game. The closest we've seen, well, there's really two of them in the past. We've seen Karnak and Magic, and he came in really close to those same numbers. And also that 11 to 25% tier came in at 1.55, which is pretty much where we called it. So that is a good prediction. And even though you had to grind a little extra more, that 1.43 is not too far off that the number that we saw for the Vulture, and that 11.25% tier is pretty much on too. So those were good predictions as well. So when we look forward to round two, what do we expect? First of all, from a four-star feature, um, the place where we've seen some lower four-star, or I should say first round arena results for new champions in the four-star arena, you look at Cyclops, you look at Angela, you look at Punisher 2099. In both, or I should say in all three instances, the second round was higher. With Cyclops, we go from 9.7 to 11.4. With Angela, we go from 10.4 to 11.5. And then most recently with Punisher, Punisher 2099, we went from 10.3 to 11.7. I think we're going to see that million plus jump again with the Vulture. And then for the four-star basic, again here we've seen two recent examples with Karnak and Magic, where you have a mid-interest champ that still has some utility, or there's still a lot of love, if you will, for them in the game. In both instances, you saw an increase. So with Karnak, it went from 3 million to 3.1, and for Magic, we saw 2.9 to 3, almost 3.1 million. So I think we'll see that again here. When it comes to the other tiers, 11 to 25%, that's pretty much flat from over the last couple months. It's only going from 1.5 to 1.6. And so I think we'll see that very similar here. And then actually, if you take a look at the other tiers in the four-star feature, you can see that they kind of hover right around that 4.2 for the top 10%, and by that 11 to 30%, we're in the neighborhood of 1.7 to 1.8 million. And for the three-star feature, when we have a new champ, we typically see a decline. If you can look here from Nebula, 1.2 to 1.1, Yondu, 1.3 to 1.2. There's always that from first round to second round decline. And we've seen that even here recently with the Punisher with 1.3 to 1. And then even with Spider-Man, even though despite all the hype, he even had a decline in the second round. I think we'll see that here again with 11 to 25% tier sticking around that last milestone of 640,000. So what are my official predictions? Here are the round two predictions. I think we're going to see 12 million from that 10.9, almost 11 million, that 1 million jump You're going to see that here with the Vulture. And from the top 10%, it's not going to be that 4.1. It's going to be that 4.3, just over that 4.2-ish area that it lands. So 4.3, I think is a good prediction there. Captain America World War II for that mid-tier interest champ that still has utility. We always see that second round increase. I think we're going to see that again here with 3 million. And that limited 25, we're going to see that jump to 1.65 million. And for the three-star arena, I think we're going to see that typical decline for new champions. It's going to be instead of 1.2-ish, we're going to see it go down to 1.15. And for that limited 25% tier, we're going to see it at 650,000. In terms of grind targets, so the predictions are what you just saw here. Grind targets is more about what you should go to feel safe. I think Vulture, you're going to feel safe at 13 million. For that top 10%, you'll be good at 4.5. And for if you're going to the 11 to 30% in the four-star feature, you want to go to about 2 million. Make sure to get to 2 million to get those shards. For the top 10% for Captain America World War II, you want to go to 3.2 million. And for 11 to 25%, you want to go to 1.75. And then for top 10% in the three-star, you want to go to 1.25 million. And then for the 11 to 25%, you should go all the way to 700,000. So these are my thoughts. Well, first of all, those are my thoughts, or kind of recap, if you will, for round one. And then what are my thoughts for round two around the predictions and what grind target you should go after. Be interested if you feel differently or have any questions about these. Let's throw them in the comment section. Happy to talk about them there. And if you like this video, would really appreciate a like. And if you like this video and others that I have in the channel, would really appreciate a subscribe. Other than that, thanks a lot for stopping by and have a great day.